Hey, it's Pops on Pop Culture, and I am going to take you through the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Right, it was 11 years with 22 films that all culminate with Avengers Endgame. And I'm going to start you off with Phase 1, those first 6 films, from Iron Man to the Avengers. So stay tuned and check it out.
All right, so let's just jump right into it. Now, the Marvel Universe is in three phases, and the first phase began with Iron Man in 2008. So you have Iron Man, the Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, then we get introduced to the other characters that make up the Avengers, Thor, Captain America, the first Avengers, and of course the 2012 blockbuster hit, the Avengers. Then we transition into what they call Phase 2, which here's where we see a sequel to Iron Man, so that's Iron Man 3, a sequel to Thor. We get introduced to Guardians of the Galaxy, Ant-Man, and we ultimately end up with Avengers Age of Ultron as well. And then Phase 3, the more recent films, which are absolutely tremendous, obviously. The new Guardians film, the new Thor Ragnarok, which was maybe superior to all the other Thor movies. Captain America continues to excel after the Phase 2 film, which was Winter Soldier. Phase 3 is Civil War. Of course, it all culminates. We have Black Panther and Captain Marvel, another Ant-Man film, and now Infinity War, and now we have Endgame. So that's kind of the general structure, the general overview of things. So it's a little overwhelming and exhausting. Hold on. Maybe we should take a moment, be like the Avengers, and take a shawarma break. All right. Well, enough of that nonsense. Let's just jump right into it. So everything began with, and it's only appropriate to start with Iron Man. And Iron Man, of course, is played by Robert Downey Jr. And, Tony Stark. What can you say about Tony Stark?
Genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist.
So Stark makes armors, he makes robots, he's this incredible tech genius, tech guru, and they have the primitive armor, then ultimately he learns to have some tech, he fights some bad guys, meets a girl, and ultimately, as we wrap up, we get the first end-credit scene where we get to meet Nick Fury. That's right, Samuel L. Jackson. He says, we're going to team together. And of course Stark says, I'm not interested in teams. So then we get Incredible Hulk, and the Incredible Hulk's that guy, and Edward Norton plays the Hulk this time. Bruce Banner likes that girl, that's her dad. Dad doesn't like the Hulk, he's going to get angry. That's what happens when he turns angry. He turns into the Hulk. We're going to make another Hulk, but this guy, he's really bad, so can't control him. He's a bad guy, he has to fight the Hulk. Hulk turns good, fights that guy, tear up the city, it's going to burn a little bit. Before we move on, Iron Man 2. Iron Man 2, not so good anymore. He's drinking a lot, still likes that girl, but this guy beats his butt. He meets this woman. Well, we all know who she really is. There she is. She's Black Widow. So Black Widow we'll see a lot more later. Still loves this girl, gives her a kiss, fights those guys, hooks up with this guy. Says to be his friend, gave him some armor. They do cool stuff, shoot up a lot of bad guys. And that's how that goes before Nick Fury shows back up again. All right, before we get to any of that team stuff, let's get to Thor. Thor's a god. God of thunder. There he is, smiling, give you a wink. Oh, yeah, he's cool. Arrogant. There's his brother. Not so good. And, Dad. Dad's got issues. He's kind of arrogant, fighting with his sons. They fight a little bit more. Throw a hammer, beat some guys, send him to Earth because he's not worthy. Walk around without a shirt, meet that chick. Hey, she's kind of cute. I like her. Like her a lot, actually. I'm going to follow her around. And my brother shows up. Things don't go well when the brother's around. So what's he going to do? He's going to make more trouble, try to steal the throne. And it involves a bunch of people we don't know much about, we don't really care about. Then the robot comes, beats on Thor because he has to find out he's worthy. Pick up his hammer, get struck by lightning because he controls lightning because he's got a thunder, not lightning. Keep up, people. Use his hammer and save the day. Oh, yeah. At one point, we get to see, what's that guy's name? Hawkeye. Yeah, the guy with the arrows. We're going to see him for a minute. And then, that's that. He moves on. So Thor wraps up, and we find out, hey, frozen in the ice is the shield, which we know is Captain America. So we're going to get a little sneak of how Captain America came into play. Well, there's Cap. Before he was Cap, there's his friend who's way bigger than he is, more heroic. He's kind of got, idol worship issues. So he decides, all right, I'll go through this experiment. So they're going to meet that chick, this guy, and they're going to inject him with the genius guy's ideas and turn him into, well, there he is. He's Captain America. Steve Rogers has a heart of gold and becomes a hero, puts on the shield and becomes essentially the first Avenger, leads the World War II group through amazing successes to fight this guy. Yeah, he's trying to steal this blue cube called the Tesseract. Got to remember that. Tesseract sticks around quite a bit, actually. It's one of the Infinity Stones, but we don't really know that at this point. But there's a bad guy. Got a red face. You're always a bad guy, right? Well, you can't really hold on to these things. It's bad for you. So, and Cap does what Cap does. He saves the day by sacrificing himself by crashing a plane into the ice and saving millions and millions of people. And there he is, being thawed out because he wakes up and realizes he's actually in regular New York. They've had him on ice his whole time. And it's a little weird. It takes a minute to get used to. And, of course, what happens? Nick Fury shows up. So anytime Nick Fury shows up, you know you're going to put another team together. Another villain's going to show up. And this time, it's Loki. Well, yeah, that's right. The guy from Thor. Thor's back. Loki's back. Turns that guy bad. He was a good guy before. He's a bad guy for a moment. There's Nick Fury trying to organize his team and try to put this team together. Let's get this team together. So you got Iron Man, Captain America, Hulk, Hawkeye, Black Widow, and Thor. The new Hulk appears where it's, well, not that guy. This guy. Yeah, that's the guy. He's Hulk. The bad guy gets a couple wins in, lands some punches, rallies the team before unleashing these guys. They're crazy aliens. But ultimately, the Avengers assemble, and they come out victorious. Oh, yeah, by the way, that purple guy, he's going to show up later. He's behind it all. Yeah, keep an eye on him. So believe it or not, that's actually phase one. We have to introduce all the different characters. The 6 key components of the Avengers come together, and that wraps up phase one. They rally, they defeat Loki, we get an introduction to Thanos, and then we kind of move on to what they call phase two.